Woo! Oh, knocked my glasses off. That's fast. Yeehaw, Jester's dead. Oh, seatbelt. Just cinched me. Hey, what's going on? Welcome inside the 2022 Genesis GV70 all-wheel drive 3.5T Sport Prestige. That's a mouthful. This, of course, is the luxury arm of Hyundai. They have two different SUVs in their lineup, the GV70, the GV80. So what we have here is a 375 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic transmission, paddle shifters, a V6, and I'm here at an on-road and off-road course in Western Washington to do some testing. And I'm going to be doing an acceleration test here, braking, slalom, and then a little go-kart track, which is a miniature of the Ridge Motorsport Park here in Western Washington. I'm here part of my Automotive Press Association's Northwest Outdoor Activity Vehicle of the Year competition. It is a mouthful. Wish I could say that quicker. Anyhow, we're testing a bunch of vehicles, and this is my chance to get behind the wheel of this one on a closed course to see how this one responds. So I'll give you a few more details once I get going. All right, accelerate, boom. Woo! Oh, knocked my glasses off. That's fast. Oh, 60. Damn, son, that was fast, and nice brake there. Very impressive. It's a nice premium luxury SUV, huh? Whew. Very firm on the handling. I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay, gentlemen, give me a thumbs up, I can go. All right, now we're gonna see how the ride and handling go. Boy, this thing is powerful. And 60. Oh, yeehaw, Jester's dead. Oh, seatbelt. Just cinched me. Now it released. Now it cinched me again. Nice. I like it. Hugs the road well. I would have no problems encouraging you to test drive this car. Consider it strongly. There we go. And that's just the on-road. Tomorrow I'll get a chance to get muddy in this thing, along with the other 24 journalists here and 20 vehicles as part of this event. So 19 miles per gallon city, 25 highway, 52,600. This also has the sport package, sport advanced package for $5,000, sport prestige package, so it's fully loaded for another $4,900. All said and done, this car, $65,000 with freight and handling. Can I get a thumbs up or a like for Barossa Burgundy? No, that's not the nickname I gave to this vehicle. That is the exterior color of this Genesis. This is the all-new, brand new mid-size SUV from Genesis. This is the GV70. You may be familiar with its bigger brother, the GV80. Just ask Tiger Woods how that worked out for him. This is just as good, a little bit smaller, and a real player in the luxury SUV category. We're talking about being competitive with Jaguar, Porsche, Mercedes, BMW. I'll even throw in Volvo just for the heck of it. This is a bad boy, and I'm loving every bit about this car. You should too, and I'm serious about this. This comes in 5 different trim levels. It starts at 43 grand. 43 grand. I've got the top trim level that starts at $53,000. All-wheel drive is standard. Isn't this something? This is incredible. So what we're looking at here is a 2-row, 5-passenger SUV that has a great starting price, all the bells and whistles of technology that you can throw a stick at, and It's gorgeous to look at. So let me go ahead and just give you an overview, walk around, give you some demonstrations of this vehicle. That way you can go and order one yourself and drive around town and show what a big baller you are. Let's get started. Let's go ahead and pop the hood of this bad boy, and boom! There are two engines I'm going to tell you about. First of all is the standard 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder. That one gets 300 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. Or mine, this is the twin turbo V6 3.5 liter. And this one has 375 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque, 311 pound-feet of torque for the smaller engine. Both of these are mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Again, all-wheel drive is standard. You don't have an option of going front wheel or rear wheel drive. In fact, they've got 7.3 inches of ground clearance. I know those horsepower numbers seem kind of high, maybe they do to you, but it only has a towing capacity of 3,500 pounds. So that might be a negative or a con for some of you who are looking to make this a weekend warrior vehicle. It is not that, even though you can tow 3,500 pounds and you can do some light off-roading. Not what this thing is designed for, not in my opinion. But you've got a very powerful engine here, and fuel economy between 22 and 28 miles per gallon, depends on what engine you go for. So there you go, looking sharp, feeling strong. Let's move on. Now before I officially move on, would you mind soaking in this front grille? This is quite impressive, distinctive, stylish, handsome. Dare I say handsome? I will say it. I've been dared to. There you go, a handsome grille. It really stands out, and if this car gets behind you, you might as well pull over, let this thing pass, because this thing has places to go. I challenge you to go drive for drive between the Genesis and you pick your luxury model right now, and do a back-to-back drive to get a feel for how they're different or how they're similar, and then if they are similar, which they probably will be, the price point. How much more money do you want to pay for a higher end name that's a little more well known in the luxury market versus this one, which I know is new on the market? Well, if you're willing to pay $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 more for one of those, go ahead, more power to you. And if you haven't given it a thumbs up for Barossa Burgundy, what about for these rims? Aren't these stylish? This really has a unique personality to it. Of course, when you look at it from a distance, you may think Porsche, but when you look at these rims, you go, that's something different. And I think you're gonna get some head turns when you drive by someone with these rims. Get ready to get wet, because it is time to soak in the cabin of the Genesis. What are these analogies coming from? As the luxury arm of Hyundai, Genesis is on its own, killing the game, making a name for itself. I know it's only got 2 SUVs in the lineup right now, 3 sedans, this being the smaller of the 2 SUVs right now, but what a cabin this is. I'm gonna start it up here, but right there on top, that is a standard 14.5 inch infotainment screen, all controlled down by the dial there. Of course, you can do a little bit on the steering wheel. And what just great details in the door panels with these here, the suede. We've got the panoramic moonroof that goes all the way back. It's a beautiful, gorgeous cabin. Those seats can be adjusted by the back passengers. This is absolutely a great vehicle for road trips. It's quiet, it's comfortable, solid on the road. I think that all-wheel drive probably helps out quite a bit with that, feeling more planted and secure while I'm driving. But it just feels, you know, stable. Look at that, 14.5 inches, gigantic. Now this is standard at 8 inches, or you can upgrade it to 12.3, which we have here because we got the top trim level. Isn't that gorgeous, man? What a cabin, what a viewpoint. Plus there is a heads-up display here on our top trim level. Kind of hard to see right here, but you got it. Looks really nice. You know, normally I'm not a fan of touchpads, dials usually, but this is easy to figure out. Plus, I'm kind of just a fan of Genesis to begin with. Hyundai, Kias, I'm just a big fan of those anyway. Actually, I'm a fan of all cars. Let me get that out of the way. It's kind of hard to find fault with vehicles these days. I know people do, but I'm not a negative guy. I like to be positive, optimistic, find the good in things. I know it's not really what everyone's doing these days, but that's what I'm doing. So steering wheel mounted controls, kind of figure out what's going on here. You got the steering here, lane keeping, adaptive cruise control. Yeah, there's cruise control right there. volume, changing channels, hill descent control, traction control. Hold the button here to open the trunk. I mean, you recognize all these things, right? It's not that hard to figure out. Down here, they have a charging tray for smart devices, your smartphones, that is. Now, there was a vehicle I had recently, I think it was a Mazda. So they have their USB ports that were in the armrest, which long cable when you have to plug it in, but here they've got it right there. Here's what it looks like when it's in reverse and the lane lines turn with the steering wheel, so you can back yourself into a parking spot, whether at the grocery store or on the street. And you can see there on the right hand side, 360-degree look, and it also shows the angle with those yellow lines of the wheels while they turn. Pretty smart, pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go on the highway here. I'll showcase a couple of driving features. Check it out. When I hit the turn signal left in the instrument cluster, camera pops up. There's a camera below the side mirror. Same thing on the right hand side. All right, let's get on the highway, and we are in, let's go just comfort mode. Now over here on the steering wheel, I can set my cruise control. It's at 59 miles per hour. Speed limit is 60, so perfect. It's actually recognizing the car in front of me and keeping a certain distance between me and the car in front, which is nice. I also have the lane keeping assist on, which is right here, on and off. So just also saw the car to my left. So let's see, hold this in place. Yep, the car is steering itself, maintaining 59 miles per hour. And then recognize another car on the left-hand side of me going past me. So lane keeping, adaptive cruise control, basically steering itself. I'm right here just in case. I love this 3D instrument cluster. This is really sharp. See that? It recognized the line on the right-hand side. Now it's telling me to keep my hands on the steering wheel. It's keeping me between the lines as I'm going to push to right. It's bringing me back. Goes left, brings me back. Sweet. All right, this is my driving position. So this is what my legs look like when I'm behind the steering wheel. Now I'm gonna get out of the car and show you the back seat leg room and headroom as if I'm sitting behind myself. All right, here we go. This is real world demonstrations. I'm 5'11". Here's what's gonna look like with me sitting back here. The seat is where it was before. Now, we're looking at mid-size. Some people may say compact, but it's a mid-size. You got 5 people that can sit back here pretty decently. And here's how much room I have between my knees and the back of the seat. Still have room if you're a shorter passenger in the front to move this up. That's fine. There is some adjustability in the seat back of this middle row here. So you can go by pulling this lever here. I can lean back even further. With the headroom, incredible thanks to this panoramic moonroof, which goes all the way back behind my head. Other than that, it's a gorgeous place to sit. You've got controls down here by my feet for climate. You can heat the seats back here, fans and so on, even a USB port. Let's go ahead and pull this armrest down. When you do, you have a couple of cup holders there. Nothing too fancy, except the fact that you're in the back of this Genesis, which has all suede in here, great textures, just a gorgeous, classy, stylish, and yes, handsome look. Here's a closer look at the headroom as I sit up now. I'm 5'11", and I've got plenty of room right here between my head and the top of the roof, but of course, I have a little bit more room once this shade goes all the way back. Otherwise, it's a pretty decent cabin. It looks a little bigger than it does on the outside, so pretty spacious. Should be good for 5 medium-sized adults throughout the entire car. So here's a key fob, and with Genesis and Hyundai, they've got this parking option where you can have the car parked, so that's what those other options are near my index finger. But they also have the trunk release or trunk open. There we go, do that right now. So with the GV70, you're looking at 29 cubic feet of volume behind here. Look at this. This is pretty decent, look at that. A lot of room. So yeah, as I talked about before, if you're a weekender, you wanna go out for a camping trip, probably you wanna, what do you call it, glamping, because you're here with your luxury midsize SUV, you're gonna glamp with it. You got plenty of room to put your glamping equipment in the back. And then folding this down makes it to 57 cubic feet. Pull these levers on each side, these seats automatically fold flat, and then you have a lot more room to play with and take on your adventure. And when you're done, press a button up here, closes automatically. As I always say, you are good to go. Now, I don't care if you're going to be judgmental about this being a Genesis because it's a Hyundai or it's a Kia product. It doesn't matter. I think it speaks for itself. I mean, the price point is amazing to start with, right around 42, 53 for this bad boy right here, 5 different trim levels, 2 pretty awesome engines, beautiful on the inside, dazzling exterior, great styling. It's got some unique qualities that make it stand out from the crowd of all the other mid-size luxury SUVs in the market today. It's hard to really argue for not giving this a test drive and seeing for yourself. I'm going to have more information on my website, everymandriver.com. But I think for you, this has to be on your list. There's no question about it. You have to add some of these vehicles that you're not familiar with so you can become familiar with why they are good, why they are becoming a new player in the game. And Genesis is definitely right there. So they got their GV80, their GV70. They're probably going to come out with a GV60 most likely, something a little bit smaller than this. My guess, these are going to be harder and harder to come by because of how popular they're going to become when people start driving them and putting out their own reviews. I'm sure there's lots of reviews already online about this brand new 2022. And yeah, it's absolutely worth a look and most certainly a test drive. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.